Hello friends, now today we'll see the isometric view of one of the best example. So where the front view and right hand side view of the object is given. So from that you can take the length is equal to 60, width is equal to 80 and height is equal to 90 if you go through directly the dimensions. Then draw the isometric box. Front view, origin is on right hand side, means length will be on left hand side. So initially you mark the vertical line, then line inclined at an angle of 30 degree towards right, as well as line inclined at an angle of 30 degree towards left also. And intersection of these three lines is nothing but it is going to be origin. It is the origin. Then immediately mark the length, width and height. So width of the object is on right hand side width. Width is 80. Then length is 60. And height is 90. Height is 90. Once you mark the height, immediately you remove the upper portion of the line. Like this. Like this. And then wherever you have marked, length, so here length we have mark the vertical line. Here we have marked the width, and then from the height, line parallel to width, line parallel to length. Then again from this intersection, line parallel to width, and from this intersection, line parallel to length. So it is the isometric box. Once we are having the isometric box of 60 length, 80 width and 90 height, then after that solving the problem is easy. If you see its side view, see whether the major portion has been cut. So one thing is that in the side view there is a triangular cut like this. We can remove this. We can remove this triangle itself. Then how we can remove it? So for that, see this triangular portion and this semi-circular portion that we have to remove, means we have to mark the semicircle as well as that triangle. Then what we can do? So initially you can mark the point on upper side from 80. So from this 10, 20, 30. So this is the point. From this point and from height 50. From the origin you have to mark 20, 40 and 50. then immediately join this point to this point and join it. So we'll get the triangular shape which we have to cut, and that cut should be like this. Throughout its length, we have to cut this portion. And if we don't remove it, it may confuse us. So that's why it is better to remove. So erase it. So if we erase this portion, 5 lines generally, 3, 4, and this is 5th line. And we have to add this 2 plus this line. So if I add this line, from this, means we get some basic shape of the side view. At the same time, in the side view, this semicircular portion is completely missing. So it will give us very good idea, means that outer. So initially try to mark that outer semicircular part, and how we can mark that outer semicircular part. So we have to remove, or first mark the semicircle over here. How you can mark? So from this, mark the center. So it is 20. And from this center, mark the vertical line. At the same time, we can mark this line up to this. There is a complete 2 partition of this object in the side view. Then why not to mark this line up to this also? Anyway, later on it is going to be required. Then in the compass, take the radius is equal to 30. That 30 you can mark over here, 10, 20, 30. Then 30 from this center. This is the center of that semicircle which we are supposed to cut. So cut on this side, cut on this lower side also, have a cut on this side also, and have a cut on this side also. It will be useful for preparing the rhombus. And how we can prepare the rhombus? Lines parallel to length and width. Through all these points, draw the vertical lines. So it is the vertical line. Similarly, this vertical line need to be extended little bit. And this is the vertical line. Then from this, lines parallel to width. Lines parallel to width. So whenever we are going to draw this, whenever we are having this rhombus, so these are going to be 2 centers, and from these 2 centers, what we have to do? Join the midpoints of opposite sides. Then it is also very simple. So see, put this at one center, then join join the one center, then rotate it, join the other midpoint. So this is going to be other midpoint. So it is something like this. Correct. Then afterwards, I need one more center over here. Like this. Only two centers are required for drawing this quarter circle, semicircle. Means with this radius or with this center and this radius, and then with this center and this much radius. So this portion we have to cut completely. So whatever that internal portion is there, so that we have to cut it completely. Then before that, whatever this cut portion is there, so we'll not remove it. So what required portion will make it dark. So in the beginning, how you can solve this example? So in the side view, this surface and this surface is at different level. And again, so if you see this 50, this middle portion is matching. This middle portion is matching, means that 30 is at the center, means this portion is inside and this portion. So whatever this part is there, so this cut and this line is matching with this, means this is the frontal part. Or directly in the front view, you can see there are 3 dimensions. How we can mark those 3 dimensions? That if it is 60, we have to leave 15 from this side and 15 from this side. And that middle 30 portion, you can make it dark. How you can make it dark? It is 50. Similarly, this is also 50. This is also 50. And this portion is right at the center in the front view. You can mark like this. And from this edge, whatever, if you see the front view, there is another surface, means the plane is not same. So from this, so this plane is different and it is on non-isometric surface. So that is on non-isometric surface. And that non-isometric surface, how it is? So from this line also, wherever it intersects that mid line of 40. From this we can draw this very light line. From this point. Light line. And so whatever this portion, so it is straight 50 and then on inclined surface, but it will appear in the front view as a straight one only. Then in what way we can mark it? So up to this line, this part is going to be there. Correct. So it is simply like T. It is 15 on this side and on this side also 15. Correct. And right at the top, so there is some slot, means we have to leave exactly from the center 8 mm. So its center is, so if it is 60, its center is at 30, and from 30, 4 mm on this side, from 30, from 4 mm we have to leave on left hand side, and from this 4 mm we have to leave on right hand side, and then mark this line. Then mark this line. Similarly, so here also we have to do the same thing. So from 30, and again 4 mm means 8 mm gap we have to leave. Then if you mark this, and now if you see it, so such T-like structure, but it is on the slant surface. Then if you see the side view, so this surface is single one, we got this edge. Then afterwards what we have to do, simply whatever this part is there, make it dark. Make it dark, and definitely it will be same on other side also. It is a symmetric object. So you can complete this portion also. This portion, and then so this 10 mm also. It is 10 mm on this side, and so it is a single surface up to this, and it is complete. say. So it is this is the surface, means whatever this quarter circular part is there, we have to make it dark. What we have to do? We have to make it dark. So this quarter circular portion. This quarter circular portion, it goes inside by this 15 mm. Then how we can mark those 15 mm? From this, I can mark 15 mm inside. And if I mark 15 mm inside, I'll get that edge like this. And from this point, if I draw the vertical line, it should match with it. So in the front view, whatever that rectangle we are finding on this side, on upper side, this is the rectangle. So this is the rectangle. And similarly, so it has been shifted inside by 15 mm. How we can mark it? That we can mark like this. So the center is shifted by 15 mm. So directly from this, you can mark 15 mm line in the direction of length. Similarly, this portion also, it will get shifted by 15 mm like this. And now make it dark. How we can make it dark? So if it is shifted by 15 and if I mark 10 mm, it will match with this. It will match with this. And with the help of compass, with this center, increase the radius. So if it is matching with this, that means if it has been shifted by 15, it should match with this. It should. That means one quarter circle is on this side and one quarter circle it has been shifted inside by 15 mm, and that combined we are finding semicircular, means that lower portion, everything, it is being cut. It is being cut. And backside portion of this object, so whatever this 15 mm rectangular portion is there, so from this, if you mark this vertical line, it is finished. It is finished. At the same time, so this edge, from this, if I mark this edge, it will match with this. Means this semicircular portion, actually it is the combination of two quarter circles. It is the combination of two quarter circles. Means and surfaces, this surface and this surface, it is totally different. So that is why those are in different plane. At the same time, so there is a slot in the front view, and for that I have kept the gap in these two lines also. But it is very important how to mark it. How to mark it. So for that, so see the neat procedure So how we can mark it? Depth we have to mark on isometric line only. The depth of that slot is 30. It is 30. 10, 20, 30 we have to mark it. And that 30 parallel to this width, we have to shift it on this surface. And once we shift on this surface, then again from this, it is parallel to length. It is parallel to length. And then please see this neatly. Then parallel to width, means change of surface. From this it goes inside 15 mm. Correct. And wherever it intersects this non-isometric surface, so up to that slot is there. Up to that slot is there. And how it is? It is 8 mm. Then this 8 mm gap I have marked. Then what we have to do? So from this, mark this line, and if I join these two, so there will be a gap of 8 mm. So there will be a gap of 8 mm. And this slot on non-isometric surface, it will look something like this. So it is the non-isometric surface. Means it will be perfectly parallel to this line. Means from this up to its depth is 30. And from this also, its depth is 30. In this slot is very important in this object. It is 30. And if I mark it, a very interesting example, it's 8 mm. And the depth, only the visible depth of out of 30 will be in this slot, some portion. Up to this only. Finish. This object is over. It's very interesting, and if you understand very fastly also we can finish. But carefully we have to solve this example. One edge is remaining over here, so which is going to be hidden one, and even a single mistake, so parallel to this, from this, again whatever the portion which is in the slot, that is only visible. That is only visible. It is the complete solution. And for the dimensioning is concerned, how we can give the dimensions? Dimensions we can give very fastly. So it is going to be the line required for length. Then it will be line useful for this line. You can extend little bit, and for height, precisely we have to give the dimensions. It is 60. Width is 80 and height 90. height 90. So this is the object. It is the isometric view of this object. Probably one of the best example, very impressive example. And I am confident that you will like this procedure. Thank you.